Well, if you missed looking out the window early this morning, it was a little difficult to see across much of the valley. Just dense fog, frost on trees and other things. Now watch these rooftops out here as we started to see the sun rise on our day, covered with frost, and then whoop. Well, that frost started to, just evaporate out there as we saw a pretty fair day. And conditions are still fairly quiet across the southern valley. Right now, as the sun sets in the western sky, we can see a bank of clouds out to the west. And your current temperature still well above average for this time of the year. 33, calm wind. And dew points down in the 20s. As we take a look up north, some melting on the dike out there as the sun really not all bright for the entire day up there. We have mostly cloudy skies, 31 degrees with a southeast wind at 6 miles per hour. Cooler in northeast North Dakota and northwest Minnesota with Roseau at 20. Bemidji has 29, 25 in Thief River. It's milder in southeast North Dakota from Fargo down through Ellendale, Oaks, all the way out towards Lemoore, where we have temperatures still holding on into the upper 20s to near 30 degrees. Here's a look at the visible satellite imagery. This is as if you were looking out the window of the space shuttle, only in black and white. And the moving white, that's clouds. What we see here is with the sunshine of the day, a lot of melting going on. We're starting to see some more bare earth from Fargo and points south, but still a fair amount of snow from that last system that just brushed the FM area. And then as we take a look at the satellite, we're seeing an increase in clouds from Bismarck through Jamestown. These will continue moving up to the north and east this evening. I think we'll stay clear for most of the evening here in Fargo as your hour-by-hour forecast indicates. But with the onset of these clouds and the light winds and rapid cooling, once again, we will likely see reduced visibilities in places. Especially, I think, the Devil's Lake Basin sliding right through Griggs County, Trail, Steele County, and in toward the FM area and out in the James and Cheyenne River valleys. Those areas could see some dense fog developing once again. Overnight, teens for many, single digits, though, up in northwest Minnesota, as you'll see clearer skies for a larger percentage of the day. And that storm system in the Central Plains, watch this as we go through the midday hours. We head to work and school, light winds, quiet conditions, and temperatures will stay fairly steady to slowly climbing through the 20s throughout the day while the snow presses northward into portions of southern South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and southern Minnesota. It will be in full bloom, as we look into the afternoon hours from the Twin Cities down towards Rochester and towards the Sioux Falls area. Anyone traveling south or southeast, be aware of this. In our neck of the woods, temperatures will be cooler. The wind will be shifting and becoming a little bit more northerly, and throughout the day it will increase in strength as this storm system lifts into the northern plains. Where we saw 40s today out in Bismarck, they'll see 20s, many of us in the 20s, a few teens up in northern portions of Minnesota. Blizzard warning, South Dakota into southern Minnesota and much of northern Iowa and Nebraska. Dangerous travel conditions. If you're traveling in that direction, just pay very close attention to what's going on there. A winter storm warning includes the Twin Cities from Minneapolis and points south 3 inches for many areas, with some spots getting 6 to 9, maybe even a foot of snow along the Iowa border with winds. So for Fargo, it's a lot quieter. 19 to start the day. As we go through the midday hours, 26 on your thermometer, and most of the area will stay in the 20s throughout the day. More clouds than sun and increasing wind toward the evening hours will make it feel just a little crisper. We'll call that wind chill. Speaking of chill, here's a frosty delight. Megan sharing that one. And here's another one. Rob sharing this. A lot of this hoarfrost gathering on all kinds of objects across the valley. Now your planning forecast. The big storm on, well, that's Groundhog's Day there. 28 in Fargo, 21 and cooler with that north wind continuing on Wednesday. Then hit and miss flurries and light snow for the southern counties. More chance of accumulation up north as we close out the work week on a milder note into the weekend, though. Super Bowl Sunday, a decent chance of snow, especially north in northern Minnesota. Gusty winds causing temperatures to fall into the start of next week. So we're not done with winter-like temperatures or winter-like conditions. But I'm sure we'll all tune in to see what the furry gopher has to say.
I'm sure.
Out there in Punxsutawney. Oh, yeah, I've got my alarm
riveting
ripped out of the wall socket. Yeah, can't wait.
Thanks, Ed.
You bet.
All right, how video